think we have a long yeah, it's a long day. Yeah. Maybe even come by after we okay, all right. You just fill in these first 3 rows.
Who's giving the speech? Have we go front row or what? I'd like to call this meeting to order of the Yankton Board of City Commission. Please join me in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Birdie. Here. Gross. Here. Johnson.
Here.
Knopf.
Here.
Highbaum.
Here.
Minor.
Here.
Mosier.
Here.
Mayor Hoffner.
Here.
City Manager Nelson.
Here.
City Attorney Dan Herder.
We have a quorum. We'll continue to conduct our business. And number 2 on routine is the minutes of the regular meeting from March 12th.
Move approval.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We have a proclamation, unless you're all here for your water rates. No. Congratulations, by the way. Pretty exciting. This will hopefully anything we can do encourage to repeat, right? And before I do that, I also like to publicly thank, or congratulate, I should say, the Science Olympiad for doing it again. We take for granted, but they're remarkable as well. So I have a proclamation for appreciation, Yankton Bucks basketball team. Whereas the Yankton Bucks are the South Dakota State basketball champs for the 2017-18 season. And whereas the City of Yankton is grateful for the players, staff, coaches, cheerleaders, and fans who displayed professional sportsmanship during this season and especially during the state tournament in Sioux Falls. And whereas our great city of Yankton recognizes the economic uplifting generated by this positive spirit displayed this season. And whereas a successful sports team is part of a strong school system, preparing the next generation to become leaders, skilled workers, and responsible, healthy citizens in our community. Now therefore, I, Jake Hoffner, the Mayor of Yankton, South Dakota, and my fellow city commissioners and the citizens of Yankton, South Dakota would like to proclaim heartfelt appreciation to the 2017-2018 Yankton Bucks basketball team for their time, energy, skills, fulfillment, and commitment they have put in toward attaining the title of state champions. Since Commissioner Maibaum, the only one that got the dress code, I'm going to let him take a picture with you folks out here. Go ahead and give you the proclamation. Thanks again and congratulations.
Over here or over here? Where do you want it?
Oh, very good. All right.
Anybody wants to say anything, the microphone is live right over there if you want to practice for speech. Yeah.
Do I have to stand up here? This is the official place to stand. As a social studies teacher, I'm kind of embarrassed to say this is the first meeting I've been to. But Miss Miner is a familiar face. Good to see her on the board. And just want to thank you guys for having us in. And we really appreciate it when Mayor Hoffner emailed us or got a hold of us. Thought, oh, that's going to be pretty cool. So we do appreciate it. I think Coach Savvy put a thing out on Facebook on behalf of us, and we put a letter in the paper to the editor, which I'm sure you guys probably read. But I just thought Coach Savvy just hit the nail right on the head as far as our appreciation to the city and what support we had up there at the state tournament. The enthusiasm, there was a few thousand of those red shirts in Sioux Falls when we were playing, and I know our guys fed off of that energy, and it seemed like this year, anytime where we had close games where it was coming down to the wire and we were in those types of environments and we had that support, we figured out a way to pull them out. And so I think our guys would be the first to tell you on that support and that energy really helped us pull through some of those close games. So again, we just appreciate you guys having us here, and just the city in general coming together, and your proclamation too, I think kind of summed it up. Mayor, something like this, you really do see the pride of an entire community come out. Yankton is a great place to live. Yankton High School and our school system is a great place to send your kids to. And we could really, here in the last week, see that pride really come out in the community, and it was so nice to see. And we were just fortunate to be on the positive side of it this time. So thank you.
Thank you very much, and keep it up. You got a problem now. More people want to come to Yankton and play basketball here, so you got some competition coming, hopefully.
Our numbers.
Okay, thank you. Moving on, we're at this time we're going to recognize a city commissioner who is leaving us. I don't know if he has to have permission, but Commissioner Knopf's last meeting tonight, and I just want to publicly recognize his inspiration and wisdom through the years. I learned many things. One, that you can be mayor and come at 7:01 and still be a pretty good meeting. Oh, but seriously, thank you so much. And if anybody has any comments, we appreciate all you've done for the city and for this commission. And how many, 9 years, 10 years? 10.5 years. Ooh, and 2 months and 24 hours and 36 minutes. No, but appreciate it very much. No long speech. This time we'll move on to the city manager's report. Manager Nelson.
Okay, well, while we're recognizing people, I would like to point out that Sergeant Javi Murguia is helping us out this evening, but he also received the city's Officer of the Year award at the Lions Club Law Enforcement Appreciation Dance, and that was held on Friday at Minerva's. No more of a more deserving officer or a sergeant than Sergeant Murguia, so I'd like to recognize him and thank him for his service and all he does to keep us safe. And that's not all. Citywide cleanup is going on, so if you notice things out on the curbside, folks are able to put those out now, and we will begin picking up on April the 2nd. Folks can take things out to the transfer station for free, beginning now. Anytime the transfer station's open, 8 a.m. Monday through Saturday to 3:45 p.m. Also, the chamber fly-in date has changed. I'll be sending an email out to all you folks on the commission. We'll talk about attendance at that. We're not able to get the downtown facade images in your packet, so I have emailed those to you. So I apologize for that. When we get to that agenda item, you have to check your email because we didn't get those in the packet, so I apologize for that. If there's no questions of me, I'll let you get to your business. Otherwise, I'll stand for questions.
Any questions for Manager Nelson? If not, we'll move on to public appearances. We have Lauren Hansen here from United Way with a report. Lauren?
Hello, everyone. How are you? Thanks for having me tonight to report on our recent collaboration to create efficiencies in how funding is distributed to various health and human service agencies in our community. As you know, the City of Yankton recently entered a MOU agreement with United Way, where the city hereby recognizes us, and we hereby agree to serve as the city's external agency for dispersal of grant funds to outside agencies. Outside agency requests that fall under United Way's primary focus of education, financial stability, and health can apply for non-capital funding using our annual funding allocation request process. So United Way invests the city's outside agency funds within our community impact funds, allocating dollars to qualifying agencies and then evaluating the performances of those said agencies. United Way's 2018 allocation review process took place in June of last year with United Way board members and City Finance Officer Al participating in a day-long review of 26 partner agency applications with asks equaling over $497,000. Our 2018 Community Impact Fund budget was able to accommodate 75% of those asks, equaling about $374,000, which did include the City of Yankton outside agency funds of $37,100. The budget did not include United Way's venture grant funds, which equal anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000 annually, as well as United Way programming, which includes Imagination Library, Spark, Link, the Big Red Bookshelf, Holiday Beds, Adopt a Family, Make a Difference Day, our Community Resource Fair, and our nonprofit center. So all of those programs do not come out of the community impact funding. Just our community impact grants come out of that $374,000. The Community Impact Fund awards for 2018 were determined by the process outlined in our MOU agreement, which include evaluation of community need, impact, delivery of services, financial management, need for funding, as well as community partnerships and collaboration efforts. Per our scoring mechanisms, 2018 awards were distributed as listed on the allocation worksheet in front of you. And I apologize, you have paper and not electronic copies. My first go around next year, I'll make sure to do that. Listed are all of the community impact grantees' base and bonus amounts, as well as the historic amounts allocated to the 7 local agencies per the City of Yankton MOU agreement. These awards have been distributed to local agencies beginning in January of 2018, as you can see from the next page, which is our transaction detail by account report. Please note the local agencies listed in our MOU agreement are starred for your review, with the art education grant to the Yankton Historical Society, Dakota Territorial Museum, distributed twice a year, once in February and another half of their award in August, with the remaining agencies receiving their allocation monthly. So in front of you, you'll see the 2018 transactions for January and February. I would like to note an exception with agency Big Friend Little Friend, as noted on the bottom of page 1 of that transaction detail report. A one-time allocation of $4,500 per our agreement with the City of Yankton was awarded to this agency in January of 2018. Due to challenges with continuity in the program and the sustainability of Big Friend Little Friend as a separate agency was uncertain. Therefore, the United Way Board of Directors approved a one-time allocation of that $4,500 promised to that agency until sustainability was ensured. We're currently working alongside this agency on coordination and implementation of programming, and will continue to provide the City of Yankton an update on that progress as we move forward. I've also shared with you this evening our 2017 Community Impact Report, which shares the success of last year's efforts by United Way and our partners. You will also see the City of Yankton listed under Titanium Giving as 2018 leadership donors to our Community Impact Fund. United Way's updated 990 and audit can be obtained on our website, yanktonunitedway.org, which shows in detail that 88% of our expenses go towards community programming, with a very low 6% general management and 6% fundraising expense. 2019 community impact funds are also now available on our website and due to our United Way office by May 1st, with the 2019 allocation process now coming up in June. So Al, mark your calendar for June 20th. As the Finance Committee now is in the process of evaluating our results of our current community campaign, we are hoping to increase our 2019 community impact budget by 6%. That being said, we are aware of a handful of agencies, one in particular, that will be asking for a larger investment due to increased community need and expansion of services. Pathways Shelter for the Homeless, and you'll see a little description of them in the last sheet of your packet, has tripled their outreach and services in the past 4 years and is seeking larger annual investments to continue their updated case management model, helping those experiencing homelessness and poverty within our community. United Way has doubled our investment to this agency in the past 4 years and are looking for 2019's investment to be even more substantial. We strongly believe in this agency and the critical work that they provide to our community. I will take this opportunity now to ask you to please consider helping us in that effort in 2019 with an increase to the City of Yankton's United Way Community Impact Fund to help us support not only Pathways' mission and growth, but the substantial impact of all of our partner agencies. I thank you again for your partnership and continued support. Together, united, we are changing lives and improving the quality of life for all here in Yankton. Thank you so much for your time and support. Does anyone have any questions?
Lauren, I do have one, and maybe
Sure.
it's for City Manager Nelson as well. The Yankton transit total on here, did we discuss a different amount? And is that coming out
That
of a
is the
different funding
allocation,
source?
that's allocation amount from United Way only. The
Okay.
city has a separate funding. They were not included in the MOU agreement per their requirement to have a city entity, I believe, or a government entity.
Correct. They need to have a governmental agency as part of one of their grants, and I do recall that the amount that was put in the budget was 10,000 less than what you guys had directed, and now those numbers are going to fail me. But I think you had talked about a $40,000 allocation. It was 30,000 in the budget, and then we corrected that.
So this is separate from that investment.
Perfect, that's
Yeah.
what I wanted to confirm. Thank you.
Yep.
Any other questions? Thank you, Lauren.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I got one question for you.
Sure.
2,600 community volunteers,
Yes.
78,000 hours of service. Let's just say hypothetically, you got a bunch of strong high school students in front of you,
Where would they be?
and you were to give them some guidance, like, hey guys, we have a need over here for some volunteer hours. Instead of playing, Fortnite every hour or every evening for 3 or 4 hours. Mom and Dad know what I'm talking about. What would your guidance be to essentially the youth of our community? Your 17, 18-year-old kids. What are ways that they can be involved, not necessarily directly through United Way, but through what your organization does so well, and that is coordinate volunteers
Absolutely.
into groups who do need that manpower.
Thank you, Tony. Yes, I definitely recommend or encourage you to reach out if you haven't already through your school or your church or other groups to get involved in the many workings of agencies in our community. This is your opportunity as young people to have a voice in what's going on in the community. And by sharing your time and talents, you're kind of creating the community that you want to be in. By sharing those. So definitely reaching out to United Way through your teachers or your coaches on ways that you can get involved. We're definitely here to help you guys do that, and to also share your insight on maybe how things can be done differently. Sometimes we get stuck in ways of doing things for a long time, but young people can tell us maybe more efficient and better ways to approach needs. So we're always looking for insight and help from young adults in our community.
Thank you, Lauren.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it. We're going to move on to the consent items. We have one, and it's a possible quorum event on March 28th for a city commission forum held at Million Cups. No commission action will be done. And we'll move on to old business. Number one under old
Mayor,
business.
We could, I don't know if they want to stay
Yeah,
here
do
for
you
the
wanna-
entire meeting,
You can leave if you
but
want.
you are free to, don't feel like,
Unless
it's
you
up to
wanna
the
run-
coaches. If they want you to sit here, we got some,
Unless this is a sign. Good. Parents can't leave though. Number one, under old business, this is a time and place for a public hearing for the sale of alcoholic beverages, consideration of memorandum 18-56.
move the memorandum.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Anybody from the audience? Roll call, please.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Moving on to number two under old business. This is a time and place for a public hearing for alcoholic beverage, the sale of alcoholic beverages. Consideration of memorandum 18-55.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Anybody from the audience? Roll call, please.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. The last item under old business is the mayor's appointment to the Consolidated Board of Equalization. We have two, and we'd like to have an alternate and one more if somebody becomes available. We still have some time, so anybody know of that they can serve? I know we have Commissioner Maibaum, Commissioner Furtick so far, and Commissioner Gross if, okay, and I can be an alternate. All right, thank you. Moving on to new business. Number 1, Downtown Yankton Facade Grant Recommendation Memorandum 18-58. And as Manager Nelson stated, you have a visualized image that wasn't in your packet, but it's been emailed to you. So you can open your email to look at that if you need to. I consider a motion.
So moved. Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Anybody from the audience? Roll call, please.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Number 2 under new business is a bid award for a truck, memorandum 18-61. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Anybody from the audience? Roll call, please.
Aye.
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 Aye, motion carried. Number 3 under new business is a bid award for another truck, 6x4, memorandum 18-60.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Anybody from the audience? Roll call, please.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Number 4 is another bid award for a transfer station walking floor trailer. Memorandum 18-59.
So moved. Second.
Been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Anybody from the audience? Roll call, please.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Number 5 under new business, ask for an introduction and first reading for the license fees ordinance 1006.
I will comment just shortly too. In your packet, I included a longer version of the current code, and that's just kind of to give you an idea of what the code says before it gets to that. When it comes to the actual second reading and public hearing, I'll have only the code that changes. Excuse me. I would entertain ideas if anybody wants to send an email to on thoughts on a rate for the resolution. So.
Thank you, Al, for clarifying that.
And Al, I just further clarify too, not only a rate, but perhaps frequency, whether it would just be an annual rate or perhaps a daily rate, something like that as well.
Yeah, I'm open for suggestions. So.
Okay, thanks. Number 6 under new business is the Planning Commission plat review memorandum 18-62.
So moved.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded. Any discussion? Anybody from the audience? Roll call, please.
Aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Number 7, one more Planning Commission plat review, memorandum 18-63.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Boy, Dave or Adam, you're almost out of the woods. Anybody from the audience? Roll call, please.
Aye.
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 Aye, motion carried. The last item under new business is a hangar lease transfer, memorandum 18-64, and resolution 1817.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Anybody from the audience? Roll call, please.
Aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Any other business? Not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn into executive session, discuss contractual and litigation and personnel matters under South Dakota Codified Law 1-25-2.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.